A cold wind blew through the streets. A man hurried past a small cafe, hands deep in his pockets. His eyes were tired. His heart felt even heavier. Today had been another long, difficult day. Bills to pay, problems at work, and no one to talk to. At the corner, a woman sat on the sidewalk. Her clothes were torn. She held a small cardboard sign with shaky hands. "Hungry? Please help." People passed without looking. Some turned away. Others whispered to themselves. The man hesitated. He didn't have much to give, but something inside him made him stop. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a few coins and placed them in her cup. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice barely audible. He gave her a small nod and walked away. It wasn't much, but it was something, or so he thought. The next morning, as he walked to work, he saw the same woman. But this time, she wasn't sitting alone. A young boy stood beside her. He was thin, his face pale. She wrapped her arms around him, trying to keep him warm. The man felt something in his chest, guilt, sadness, something he couldn't name. He walked into a nearby bakery and bought 2 sandwiches. He returned to the woman and the boy. Without a word, he handed them the food. Tears filled her eyes. The boy clutched the sandwich tightly, as if afraid it would disappear. "You didn't have to do this," she said. The man simply smiled and walked away. For the first time in a long time, he felt something different. A warmth inside him, stronger than the cold outside. The next day, as he passed the same corner, something caught his eye. The woman was gone. In her place was a small note, tucked under a rock. He picked it up. "Because of your kindness, someone else showed me kindness too. I found a shelter. My son is safe now. Thank you." He stared at the note. A lump formed in his throat. One small act, a few coins, a sandwich. It had changed everything. The man walked on, deep in thought. As he entered a coffee shop, he saw a cashier looking frustrated. A young girl in front of him nervously counted her coins, struggling to pay for a small cup of coffee. The man didn't think twice. He stepped forward, placed a bill on the counter, and smiled. "It's on me." The girl's eyes widened. "Really?" He nodded. Her lips trembled. "Thank you. I just wanted something warm before my shift." She grabbed the coffee and rushed out the door. The cashier, who had looked impatient before, suddenly softened. He turned to the man. "That was really kind of you." The man simply smiled. He stepped out into the cold air, feeling lighter. Something had changed inside him. Maybe kindness wasn't just about helping others. Maybe it was about something more. Days passed, weeks. One evening, the man sat in the same cafe, sipping his coffee. A waitress approached him. She placed a small piece of cake on the table. "I didn't order this," he said, confused. She smiled. "It's from the girl you helped the other day. She said to tell you, kindness always comes back." The man looked at the cake, then around the cafe. For the first time in a long time, he realized something. He had started a chain, and kindness had found its way back to him. He smiled, picked up his coffee and took a deep breath. For the first time in a long time, life felt good. One small act of kindness can change someone's life, and sometimes it finds its way back to you. Have you ever experienced the power of kindness? Let us know in the comments. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Virtue Vibes for more inspiring and life-changing stories.